All right, we got to talk about Todd trying to rewrite history using his attorneys to claim he was pressured into signing the prenup. And Candy's like, not so fast, nigga. Because she's pulling the footage receipts straight from their wedding special that I definitely did watch. I talked about it a little bit. So now let's talk about it a little bit more and what this really shows and why people are saying he's playing victim now that she's filed for divorce. Let's get into it. Thanks for stopping by the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feel so.
Listen, let's be beautifully honest about this. And I talked about this a little bit before, and none of us ultimately know what the outcome is going to be until the judge rules on the situation or they both come to some sort of agreement that the judge is willing to sign off on and say, okay, this is what you all want. This is what we're going to do. And we're going to call it square and we're going to move on. Divorce granted. But this situation, it was all on video, and we saw what they allowed us to see. I'm quite sure there's possibly some footage that they edited out because, they film hours of footage, and each episode is only about 40, 42 minutes. And then, you have the commercial breaks and everything. So she's got it all. It was all recorded, and he was in front of an attorney, a uh, the video was recorded, and also someone who was transcribing the situation. He may not have been happy about it, but he chose to do what he did. And so him, through his attorneys, of course, because the attorneys are going to do what they're going to do. You hire them to represent you to the fullest extent. And of course, they're going to try to make it where the prenuptial agreement can come into question and make that into a play and see if they can get some things changed. So, yeah, they're going to say that he was coerced or pressured into signing it, but we saw it. If you watched it, you saw it. So through his attorney, he's making it seem as if he was rushed, cornered, or pressured or tricked into signing this prenuptial agreement so it would protect Candy's money, her assets, and her businesses before their marriage. And so now she's like, run the tape. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So we're seeing these clips from the wedding special, the receipts, and the footage shows he was fully aware. He was not inebriated. He wasn't drunk. He did have time, but for whatever reason, he didn't go over everything with his attorney as he should have prior to, and made it. He was the one, in the way it's looking. He was the one that made it get to the point where it was right before the wedding for him to sign it, and it pressured her to have it done with the video running as he was doing it because he was taking his sweet ass time, and he did not do it in the amount of time that he had been allotted to get it done. And he acknowledged that he knew what he was signing, and at the end of it all, he was marrying her for love and not for her money, and he signed it willingly. No panic, no pressure, and no coercion.
Hey, Stevie. I'm sitting here with Todd. Do you mind if I put you on speakerphone? Okay. He wanted you guys to call his attorney, but why didn't you call him today? Because it didn't seem like it was necessary. I mean, what I read in the comments was that he didn't have enough time to advise Todd about the agreement. My thing was like, why not just reach out to him and let's figure something out? Like, we're getting married tomorrow. We need to figure this out. The only point that I saw that wasn't just sort of general what he said in his email, which was, let's say you got sick, or let's say you became disabled, and so Candy's like, oh, I don't want you around anymore. You don't get anything. And that's true. If I were to get sick, just get out. It seemed like the document was just so business. It felt like Kandi hadn't even really reviewed it. I'll give Randy a call. I just want to talk to him.
And if you notice, because I caught this when I watched the wedding special back in the day. If you notice, you didn't hear Kandi interjecting and say, "Oh no, baby, that's not what I really mean." She was actually standing on business the entire time. It was like, "Yep, that's what I meant." Hey, listen, listen. It is what it is.
Todd has never given me any reason to think that we were not on the same page when it came to the prenup. Now that Todd has gotten this attorney, he keeps going back to, well, Randy says, or Randy thinks. Oh, good. No, what do you think? What do you want? Because bottom line is, I'm marrying Todd Tucker, not Randy, whatever his name is.
So I have Kandi here right now. Can you just kind of run through all of the concerns that you have?
There's a lot around the structure because she had a warrant draft and it's being unethical. I think the biggest part you have is that you and I discussed, which is nothing happened in the first 2 years. You spent already stopped helping her. You got nothing.
But that's not true, because everything he worked on me with, he got a half of. He's never just worked for me for free, ever.
You caught that, right? He's never just worked for me for free. Girl, I mean, you should have never married the help in the first place. If it's like that, I'm just saying. But anyway.
I just want you to speak to her attorney. Let's just get it clear. Get it clear and make sure we're all on the same page. Okay, cool. You can't be mad at me for dealing with my lawyer and he has concerns.
You didn't let that man know that we do that stuff as a partnership?
Is this personal or is it just business?
How is it personal to say you got what you got and I got?
No, there's other things in there. There's other things in there. If we don't work out, I gotta get out the damn house in 30 days? How do I find a house in 30 days?
Relationship.
Get an apartment? I'm saying, like, it happens all of the time. Seriously.
When y'all broke up, did you just keep living together? Like,
no, but if I need some time to find a place, if we have a child.
Okay, well, if we break up, then you can go in the guest house and not stand there.
But that seems reasonable.
So I can say whatever he wants about it not being about the money, is why he doesn't like the prenup. But meanwhile, his attorney is sending notes, and all those notes are about money.
Get it clear and make sure.
I really feel like, no, man, I ain't even.
How do you feel? Say what you feel. Like, be real. Be real now. Don't wait till we get married or something and then be real. So be real.
Always been real. So let's not go there.
So be real.
Okay. You know, good and damn well that you and I already had a conversation about how we think things should flow.
We did.
You know, all of a sudden, you coming back, oh, my lawyer said we ain't gonna be able to get this done. I'm like, well, how we not gonna be able to get it done when I thought we was on the same page? You know, so you think you should get some money?
Come on, listen to me. I don't want your fucking money, man. Damn. That's all y'all think about is money. You, your mama, all y'all.
Well, that's what you thinking about.
Okay. Believe that.
That really.
So it's like, this is honestly, the whole thing to me is hilarious, but it's not my life. I get it. This is real life stuff that they have going on right now that they have to try to figure out. But this is why I said before, but I'm not a legal expert. I was a legal assistant for 12 years, many years ago, but I never specialized in family law. But I was just saying I felt like the prenuptial agreement was airtight. Of course, it doesn't mean that he's not gonna try to challenge it, which is essentially what he's doing right now. But let's be honest, Kandi is a businesswoman and she may not be, top notch and everything stellar, in business, but she has been standing on business. And her mom did warn her. Some of the team friends, they warned her to try to, but she built a lot of what she did prior to Todd coming into the picture. So she was just doing what she needed to do to try to protect herself. And him saying all y'all care about is money, but the prenuptial agreement is about money. So him through his attorneys, of course, saying that he felt pressured and he felt coerced to sign it, it's like nobody, that's what you chose to do.
It's nice to meet you. Hi, Todd. Marjorie's my notary.
Okay.
Reagan is going to be one of the witnesses. Kate will be the other witness.
I decided to sign a prenup against my lawyer's advice. In the end, I know all this legal stuff is not going to keep me from being with Ken.
He said out of his own mouth, I decided to sign the prenup against my lawyer's advice because I know at the end of the day, all of this stuff is not going to stop me from being with Kandi. Words out of his mouth. So, hey, if his lawyer prior to advised him not to sign it and he did, then how can he come back and challenge it later? I mean, he can try to, but it doesn't mean he's going to win.
You do many of these on the day of the wedding?
I have done a couple.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, ready. Okay. This is a video recording of the execution of the prenuptial agreement between Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker. You acknowledge that you've had a sufficient amount of time and opportunity to fully consider the prenuptial agreement and to request changes to the prenuptial agreement.
Yes.
You understand that you are giving up your rights to periodic alimony, lump sum alimony, alimony in kind, attorney's fees and expenses of litigation, property settlement, equitable distribution, and community property.
Yes.
You understand that wife may dispose of any of her separate property as defined in the prenuptial agreement without your participation or signature.
Yes.
You believe that the provisions of the prenuptial agreement are fair, just, reasonable, and equitable.
Yes.
You are signing the prenuptial agreement freely and voluntarily without coercion or other undue influence by wife or any third party.
Yes.
He's pausing, but he's saying yes. Honestly, I feel like him pausing was because he did have doubts, but because he wanted to continue to move forward. And he was the one that made it get to this point where he didn't do things in time with the legal counsel and getting things marked up and maybe adjusted and edited or whatever. That's on him. It may not seem fair to some people, but things in life, especially when it comes to contracts, rarely are.
There have been no threats of bodily or other harm or other actions against you amounting to.
You saw him raise his eyebrow? There have been no threats of bodily harm. And he put his eyebrow up like, yeah, there has been, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Nigga, please.
Coercion, compelling you to act against your free will to sign the prenuptial agreement.
No.
Todd, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. You just ready to get this over with?
Yes.
Okay, you're done.
I'm good. I'm signing this prenup proves once and for all that I'm in this relationship because I love Kandi, not because I want her money.
Well, there's that. That's what he said. So I don't know. Ultimately, none of us really know what's going to happen until the judge rules. But I don't like when you actually have proof. But people lie all the time. This is nothing surprising, especially when it's going to be a situation that's going to negatively impact them. They're going to lie and try to switch the story and switch the narrative so that things can work out for them. But I don't. I don't want Kandi to be taken to the cleaners. I don't want her to be taken advantage of. But I will say, even though I felt like Mama Joyce was just, acting crazy in some situations with her behavior, and I stand on that. I believe she ultimately was looking out for Kandi because just the things that we've seen when it comes to Kandi, she has not made the best decisions when it comes to relationships in the public that we have seen. Her child's father, Riley's father, I believe he was a married man that she was messing with, wound up getting pregnant with Riley. That's what the rumors were. Okay. Then you have the guy that she was with, AJ. He had a bunch of kids. Mama Joyce, I was on her side with that. It was like, why are you going to marry this man who has all these kids? And some people were saying, oh, she was just trying to protect Candy's money. Well, why not? You know what I mean? Yeah, the person is connected to the money, so she was looking out for her daughter. And unfortunately, he left this earth in a tragic way. And then she wound up getting with Todd. I'm just saying, she probably should have just not married the man. She got with him. It was moving pretty fast. Riley even admitted that on a scene from the show when she was like, "You've been seeing this man for like 2 weeks and now he's like moving in our house." That's what Riley said. Kandi tried to shut it down. I was like, "It was not 2 weeks, child." Okay. Kids rarely lie. Sometimes they may exaggerate the truth, but children usually learn to lie. They don't just come out lying. But anyway, and then she wanted him to be with her all of the time, so he quit his job to be with her all of the time. So you're pretty much at that point in time saying, "Yeah, I'm going to financially take care of us. I'm going to make things happen for us. Yeah, I want you to work, but we'll get there." And I'm sorry, I'm never doing that for anybody. She should have never done that. And if she just wanted to have some kids, she could have had the kids without getting married. She wasn't married when she had Wiley. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to be messy, but I truly believe that she got with him because of the optics of it all. She wanted to have the family, wanted to have more children, but she admitted out of her own mouth that she never really saw herself being married. I actually did that already. I just haven't put that out yet. But anyway, guys, Kandi, she's dropping the receipts. And yes, she was the breadwinner for the most part in this relationship, but it doesn't mean that she deserves to have all of her bread taken and him have all of the toast and have his bread buttered and all the other stuff because they were in this marriage and he signed this prenuptial agreement clearly knowing that he did not have legal counsel there, and he said out of his own mouth, "I'm signing this against my legal representation's suggestion because I'm not marrying her for money. I'm marrying her because I love her." That didn't sound like pressure to me. And she's just protecting herself. And these receipts don't lie. But I want to know what you guys think. And I still believe that dress was ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.